My name's Shane Sleep. Hey, I just want to say Merry Christmas to my beautiful wife, Shanna. Merry Christmas to my mom and all my loved ones. I love you guys, and I hope you have a great Christmas.
Hey, my name is Austin Gloria. I just want to say Merry Christmas to my beautiful family, my beautiful wife, my two beautiful kids, and everybody out there who's supporting me and doing this time along with me. I just thank you guys, and I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. My name is Alfredo Silva, and I want to give a shout-out to my girlfriend, love of my life, Leticia Paz. I love you, and have a Merry Christmas, you and the boys. This is George. I just want to say Merry Christmas to my family, my mother, Soyla, in San Diego, my father, and my girlfriend, Yulisa. You guys have a Merry Christmas. I miss you guys all.
Hey, this is Logan Peterson. I would like to just say thank you for holding it down the whole time I've been in here. To my brother, Jacob Storms, been a real true friend, brother, and I appreciate everything you've done for me, bro. Thank you.
Hey, what's up? This is Slick. Shout out to the Quinal Reds. Hold it down.
This is Justin Edens. I go by DQ. I just want to shout out to all the Edens family and all the loved ones I got out there. Have a Merry Christmas.
Hey, this is George. I go by Moody. Just want to send a shout out to my mom, Soyla, my father, George. Merry Christmas. I love you guys. Miss you.
This is Brian Rivas. I want to give a shout out to my wife, my beautiful wife in Phoenix, Arizona, Maria Perez. And I want to give a shout out to all the loving families out there in the world. Merry Christmas to everybody.
My name's Adrian Mendoza. I just want to say Merry Christmas to my mom, and my wife and the rest of my family out there, and to all the people that are in here too, going through all this stuff too.
Hi, my name is Justin Lewis, a.k.a. Juice. This is out for my kids, Maya and Justice. I love you guys. Keep your heads up, and don't ever forget about your day one. Daddy loves you.
Hey, how's it going? My name is Joseph Gaylord. Yes, Gaylord, like the movie. I don't have no family or loved ones, but I'll send some love, and if anybody wants to share some love, it's Joseph Gaylord, 335-206. 335-206. Merry Christmas, everybody.
My name is Hani Saha, and I want to say Merry Christmas to my family, and my sister and my brothers out in Los Angeles, California. Merry Christmas, I love you guys. I miss you guys.
My name is Dalton Decker. I want to shout out my sister Davina Decker and the whole United States military. Much love. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. One love.
This is Jim Kyle Anderson. I want to shout out to Elizabeth Anderson. I love you. Happy holidays, baby.
Hey, I'm Antonio Villegas, inmate 335194. I'm from Airwood Heights Corrections, and I just want to give a shout-out to my family, everyone that listens in, and everyone that's supporting Defund DOC for the fact that we need some people to finally bring awareness to the community of the mishaps of DOC, what they're doing, and how they're not truly reforming these inmates through combating prison recidivism, which is an argument of 60 to 90% recidivism rate. So at the end of the day, for everyone that's listening, I'm Antonio Villegas, and for my family and everyone that supports me, thank you guys, and I appreciate it. And just know that post-secondary education is very crucial in the prison system, and this prison right here, Airwood Heights Correction Center, ain't giving us that opportunity when we qualified for these Pell Grants in 2023 of July, and they're still not giving it to us. But for all those inmates who strive for education, who strive to be better, who truly are reforming themselves, not through DOC's help, I gave it to you guys. I know the hard work. I know the studies. I just had finals, and I'm a 4.0 GPA inmate. Got AAA and an A-. So I strive, and I hold it down, and we're all going to hold it down for one another and keep striving and keep pushing hard for your education and try to get it. But that's my message, and thank you, everyone, for listening, whoever listening. And Merry Christmas to everyone and Happy Holidays.
Hey, my name is Dominic Booker, and I want to say Merry Christmas to my mom, Carla, my grandma, Karen, and my other grandma down in Palmdale, Cassandra. Merry Christmas to everybody, my whole family, and everybody that's just listening to this. God bless you. God bless these times. We're about to get into some great things, and this is the start of it right now. Merry Christmas. Amen. Thank you.
Hello, this is Adam Hermans.
I'm giving a shout-out to my wife, Brianna, and the family, and I'd like to wish you all a happy holidays and a Merry Christmas.
Hey, this is Gary Noble. My DOC number is 975705. Shout out to all my family, friends, my brothers and sisters, and especially my daughter. I love you very much, and hopefully I'll see you next year. Merry Christmas, and God bless.
My name is Carlos Barrera, and I just want to send a shout out to my mom, my family. Happy holidays to everybody's family out there too. Merry Christmas.
My name is Victor Garcia. I just want to give a shout out and a Merry Christmas to all the single moms out there doing the most during the Christmas time. I know you guys are struggling, doing what you can, but know that we appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Hello, this is Stella Sancha, a.k.a. Beaver. Just want to give a shout-out to everybody out there in the free world. Merry Christmas. Shout-out to De La Sancha family. I love you guys a lot. Miss you guys. And to my girl, Jennifer Cook, that I love with all my heart. Merry Christmas, baby. I love you so much.
Ricky Hall, Merry Christmas. Jesse Red, I love you. Love you, Mom. Love you, Dad. Love you, fam.
Welcome to the Defund DOC Podcast. I'm Linda, and with me is Daniel Jason.
Hello, Defund DOC community. Thank you so much for tuning in to this special Christmas episode where we're shouting out those out there, those that are in prison this Christmas season, and just kind of connecting with the community and letting everybody know that we send our Merry Christmases.
So I've got a list of some holiday-themed questions that I will ask you. How do you usually spend Christmas in prison, and what does the holiday season mean to you while incarcerated?
Yeah, so in prison, it's funny you say that because a lot of the people, you know, as many of you already out there know, I've been in prison almost 20 years, and this is a consensus usually from those incarcerated that we would just kind of want to get the holidays over. This is the season of friction. This is the season of fighting. This is a season of a lot of drama going on because people are missing their families. People are missing their siblings, their parents, their children, and that time of separation, it just causes a lot of strife and whatnot. But the one thing that we do in here a lot of the times is that we connect with each other. We break bread. We'll create like a special prison burritos, or we'll make some like some of us will make these peppermint cups of coffee with like cocoa in it and whatnot. So, I mean, as everybody knows, the resources are really scarce in prison, and like the staples in prison are coffee and top ramen. So that essentially anything you can extrapolate from those two products is what is happening in here for our Christmas. So, yeah, that's basically what we do, Linda. We like to show togetherness. You know, we're human beings, so a lot of the times that's what we do. So, togetherness. And we try to find ways to spend time together.
Do you have any memorable Christmas experiences during your time in prison, or was there a particular moment that stood out to you?
Yeah, so I'd say it was Christmas of 2008 or 2009, but I was on this side of the mountain because everybody knows I'm from Seattle, so it rarely snows in Seattle. It's usually just rainy, but over on this side of the mountains, it's the opposite. It's like it constantly snows every year. And Linda knows this. She's from Spokane. She's a Spokaneite. Okay, so I was over here at Airway Heights, and it was like the first couple of years I had been incarcerated, so like I was like really missing my family and just missing freedom and just really lonely and, you know, depressed. And a friend of mine came up to me, and he knew that how much time I had, and he was like, you know, conversing with me about it. And next thing you know, Eve came around, and he pulled me aside and said, "Hey, I got you something, man." And I said, "What?" He said, I made you something. And I said, "What'd you make me?" And he passed me this cardboard that he had turned into 2 pieces of Christmas tree outline. And when you piece them together, they turned into a standing Christmas tree. And he had taken Skittles and turned the Skittles into paint and was able to paint the cardboard Christmas coloring. And then he had took the beading stuff from when you do beadwork in prison. He had turned those into ornaments. And essentially got me a little homemade Christmas tree. And as you can imagine, man, it like really touched my heart, and like it gave me like a really good feeling towards life and whatnot at that moment where I was really suffering. And I held on to that thing. Every year for years, I would bring it out. I put it in my hobbycraft box. Every year, I'd put it back together, and I'd stand it up, and then I put little pieces of candy under the tree, and it would bring this holiday Christmas cheer to my cell. And I did that for years. I'd say like 10 years. And then in that 10 years, I was moved around everywhere, all different prisons. And so it was an amazing Christmas gift to have this Christmas tree. But as you can imagine, one day, all of a sudden, I got a corrupt officer that went through all my property and took my Christmas tree and threw it away. So that was the end of that.
Do you feel that the prison system acknowledges or celebrates the holiday season in any meaningful way?
I like how you worded that, Linda. That it's so funny you say it like that. It's like a meaningful way. Yeah, no, absolutely not in a meaningful way. The number one place for suicide is in prison, in jails across the country. So people are suffering in here, and the one thing that a lot of people are missing the most are their families and their loved ones. But to mitigate that, a lot of the times, just a small special, like a remembrance or just celebratory Christmas things would be nice. I mean, like setting up decorations and whatnot. But they literally set up a Christmas tree in the living room, the only place that our visitors can come. But they don't set up nothing inside the prison. And so it's like they want to put this foot forward to the visitors. You know, Linda, how many Christmas trees did they have in the visiting room?
No, I think there was like 2 or 3.
Yeah, so there's 3 in the visiting room, but not 1 in the prison unit. So they give us like a Christmas bag where it has like some cookies and whatnot, and we appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like they could do so much better. No, a lot of the time people just want to be with their families and be acknowledged and whatnot, but they would also like to be provided with just a little bit of celebration, the remembrance of Christmas. So, yeah, they do. They give you a little Christmas bag, and they give you some Christmas food on Christmas Day. We appreciate what they do, but, yeah, it could be better. You're right, Linda.
What role do you think rehabilitation programs or support services should play during the holiday season to help prisoners cope with the stress of being away from their families?
Wow, you are trying to hit hard today, Linda. That's an awesome question. It all ties in together. People just want to demonize those that make bad decisions in this country, but really a majority of everybody in here, they just make bad decisions because they grew up in an environment where they have been deprived of the, two-parent home and the ability to lift themselves out of that lifestyle. So a lot of people get trapped in gang culture, drug culture, whatnot. But when they come to prison, you would think that the government would be there to rehabilitate them and try to turn them around, but in reality, that's not true. Currently, across the country, we have a corrupt prison system that's all about warehousing our people, enslaving them, turning them into modern-day slaves, and then trying to extract as much money as they can from our family, or our friends, through the phone calls, through the commissary. And so if there was a gift that they could do in regards to the American people across the country in regards to prisoners, it would be to get their foot off our neck. That's what they could do. They could just treat us like they would treat any other American out there. They allow us to be paid a fair wage for our labor so that we can have the money to re-enter society. That way we can pay a first month's last rent and a security deposit upon release. Also, allow us to take education loans out. Anybody out there in the street in America can get a loan to get a higher education, but nobody in prison can do it. That's an evil system. You're trying to keep us stupid so that we can't turn our lives around. You got all these years of our time in this system, but yet you don't want to use that time to our benefit. So, yeah, those 2 things, Linda, would be the things that I would recommend that they could give for the American people across the country for Christmas, is to end slavery and to let us get education, to let us get loans for education. Thank you. That's a good question.
Do you think that prison policies and practices could be improved to make the holiday season more humane or supportive for inmates?
Yeah, I mean, those of you that get my free book, everybody can get that free book, Defund DOC, Turning All Prisons into Treatment and Career Centers, that it talks about how they could make our people more social. It's already been proven that strong family connection, strong social connection is the key to getting our people rehabilitated, to turning their lives around, to becoming productive members of society. That is the number one key. So if that's the key, then why do we have such an antisocial prison system? The way that they could be more humane to our people is quit separating us from our loved ones. Why does it have to be like that? Why can't our mom, our father, our wives, our children come in for the weekend? Come into the prison, make it a social thing where they're allowed to come in every now and again. And, if each cell was a single man cell in prison, and then they were allowed to invite their loved ones over, to spend a couple of days with them inside the prison. That's a reasonable thing, what I mean? But just because this country has been so hell-bent on being hateful towards those that made bad decisions, they're just stuck on this hard-on crime, corrupt thought process. So I think it would be more humane if we thought about ways that we can socialize our people, to treat them humanely and get them reconnected with their loved ones. I mean, how big of a Christmas gift would that be, Linda, if you were allowed to come in here with me, spend a couple of days in here with me, and celebrate Christmas together as a husband and wife? How awesome would that be? So that's what they could do. Just allow our people to socialize. Just because they're in prison doesn't mean that they should be separated from their loved ones. Their loved ones should be having unrestricted access to their loved ones inside the prison. They should be able to come in here, spend nights and weekends and whatnot with them. So that's where I'm at with it. That's why we're a prison reform activist group podcast, and we invite you loved ones to, subscribe to it. It says, united we stand against this corrupt system. So we appreciate everybody subscribing.
How does the spirit of Christmas, themes of redemption, hope, and renewal, resonate with you personally as someone navigating the criminal justice system?
I think that personally, I'm speaking from an aspect of a prisoner and somebody that I am rehabilitated. Whether, they want to acknowledge it or not, they're wasting money on me being in prison. I've been in here 20 years. I've written books. I'm a more productive person in prison than most people are productive on the street. And I think that number one thing is, people forget is that we are human beings. We are the sons and daughters of this country. We are fellow Americans. And yet the system treats us like we're enemy combatants, like we're prisoners of war, like this is a system of oppression. The harder that we crush our own people, the better. And I feel like that is an evil system. So when you speak about restoration and redemption and whatnot, I think that we have a long way to go. I really do. I think as I navigate this system, and I've been navigating it for a long time, I think that we have a long way to go. And that's why we're lending our voice to it at Defund DOC, and we hope others would lend their voice or just be a participant. Just subscribing to the podcast makes a huge difference. So that's an awesome question.
This is the last question I've got. If you could make one wish for a Christmas gift related to your time in prison, what would it be, and how would it contribute to your rehabilitation or personal growth?
Wow. Yeah. Okay, so let's start from the premise that the wish cannot be me releasing from prison, because obviously, I would like to release immediately, because this is a miserable existence. But I would say that if there was one wish, I would say that I think the number one thing that they could do for our people that are incarcerated is to end slavery. That'd be my wish, just to end slavery. Just pay up our Americans across the country minimum wage and, take your foot off their neck and allow them to be who they could be, if you weren't, holding them back. The money that they can make while they're working can help them successfully re-enter society, that it could help them pay back the victims in their cases. It can help out their loved ones with the phone bills and the commissary. It can help in so many different aspects of rehabilitation and reentry and victims that it's why are they not doing this, And so that's kind of where I'm at with it. That was a good question. So I just wanted to say as we close that Defund DOC is currently on a mission to continue to bring awareness to everybody. And on this holiday episode, we really want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. And, we're in here missing you guys out there, and we love you. And my friend had wanted me to say Merry Christmas. His name's Woody, to his wife or to-be wife, but I forgot her name, and I apologize, but I want to at least put that out there so that she knows that Woody's thinking of her. But, yeah, that's what I would just say. Thank you all for subscribing. Get that free book, and it's a Christmas gift to you guys. We love you at Defund DOC. Linda, I'll let you close it out.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from Daniel and I to you.